Mo.
Hi,
yo.
Welcome to Embarrassed by Night, the podcast celebrating Vietnamese culture and beyond, hosted by two balding Vietnamese comedians.
Balding?
We did it.
You're balding.
I was just about to say we fucking did it and got through it without neither interrupting the other, and you just snuck yourself right in as a contrarian.
Yeah.
You scoundrel.
Yeah. Rapscallion even.
This is the first episode in a while where we haven't had guests.
Yeah.
We had a great run of lots of guests, and we just thought
really
we'd take it
guests.
back to basics.
Who was your favorite?
Queen Ngo.
Why?
Because she's hot.
You did wear a suit for her.
Hey, I wore a suit for me.
For you to appeal to her.
You look good, you feel good.
That's true.
You act good.
Sometimes you smell good, you feel good.
I couldn't smell you.
That's good.
Or now, yeah, that is actually good. We are sitting awfully close.
I think Asians, this is weird, I think Asians smell less than other races.
That's true. No, it's scientifically, there's like I don't know if it's a gene or if it's a something, eukaryote.
Yeah.
That certain certain Asians have.
A certain unicellular organism that is genetically inclined to be...
A mitochondrion that we carry that other races just lack.
Yeah.
Or that...
Yeah, the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the smells.
Sure. But yeah, I'm lucky that I don't really emit a BO.
Yeah, I think I do admit BO, but I don't have to wear deodorant every day. I wear it maybe every other day because I feel like Western deodorants are made for made for Western people, right? So they can be extra strong for people who are not Asian. So I don't think I wear it every day.
You want to know a secret?
What?
Never bought deodorant.
Really? You just stolen it from other people?
I shoplifted from Walgreens.
Yeah, you wear it every day, but you've never bought it.
It's a kink. I'll just, if I'm on a trip with somebody, just open up there's a dop kit and be like, yep.
Really? You've never bought deodorant?
It's true. Maybe I bought like some as a teenager because I thought like I needed it, but I don't.
Can I smell you now?
I don't wear it. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, dude. You don't have BO?
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Lots of other things are wrong with me.
Yeah.
But I got lucky there.
Can I smell your dick?
You can smell it from there.
Have you seen that song, that music video, Smell Your Dick?
No, but do we need to get into it? Or
We
is
don't-
this a
we don't-
skip 30 seconds ahead moment?
We don't need to do any of this.
That's true. Why do we keep going? Why do you take work off for this? It's because we started it and we can't stop.
Yes, and Wednesday afternoons are perfect. We'll skip this behind the scenes stuff, but this is a perfect
BTS.
time. Yeah.
Is it crazy that you can't put like BTS on any of your shit anymore? Because BTS the band owns BTS now.
On what shit?
Like if we put up like a special like behind the scenes Embarrassed by Night. BTS Embarrassed by Night pod.
They own the trademark to that name?
Well, I mean, nobody would be able to find it. I guess nobody's really looking for BTS EBN. Do you remember when Joe Biden invited BTS to the White House?
Yeah, that was weird.
This is like the last day of Asian History Month.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It was the last day of Asian History Month. He invited them over, and they did like a whole media thing, and then they just like pretended to have a conversation about how important it is to stop AAPI hate.
Okay.
It was asinine.
Oh, it was like the two seats with the media watching, right? But they're kind of seeing.
No, it was without the media, but there were cameras. So they go into the Oval Office, and Joe Biden pops out. He says, "Hey guys, nice to meet you. Hey, I just wanted to make you guys feel at home, so why don't you check this out?" And he opens up a laptop and he hits spacebar, and then BTS's music video plays. He just shows them their own music video.
music video?
Yeah.
I would be so frustrated if I went to the White House and Joe Biden showed me my Instagram reels.
I just wanted to make you feel at home.
Yeah, just jokes that I'm already over years ago.
I had sex with a white girl.
God, Joe, why?
That's funny stuff. Just wanted to make you feel comfortable.
Yeah. Hey, your daddy sounds like a kooky guy.
Gang, I get it. Wow, that's my first time ever doing a Joe Biden impression. And I don't know if we nailed that or not.
Mine too, a little bit. I didn't try that hard, but it was my first time attempting it. Oh no, I tried once before. I used to do this. Folks, we gotta get the debt ceiling, folks.
It starts to get a little Trumpy towards the end.
Yeah,
especially
when he's deeper. We go like this, and it's wider sound, and I don't have it perfectly, but if I practice it, I can. It's very easy to these people.
We don't need to do this in 2023, man.
He just got indicted.
Yeah,
you see that thing on Reddit where they said that the Georgia county prosecutor or like the guy who works at the station was going to release his mugshot?
No, but
he has a mugshot. A president has a mugshot, dog.
You bet your ass he's smiling on that shit.
No, I bet he's. We should put a bet on it. Loser buys the next bottle of gin row.
Oh, dude, yeah, that's a good bet.
Yeah.
All right,
I think he's not.
He's smiling. He's not. Okay.
Nice. Gin row 24.
24, yeah. The good shit. The real.
The classic shit.
The nasty.
It is good. It actually is good. It actually is smooth.
I think. I disagree. But as somebody who's a fan of it, I hate it.
It's like a Japanese Popov.
I'll like cut that with sparkling water, and then squirt some lime in it as I'm like working or really doing anything.
Not working.
On my way to work. Yeah. You were at that wedding that I almost got hired to bartend for.
Oh yeah, Dude's wedding.
Yeah.
I just saw him today actually. He's working.
He's married.
He is married. My friend Dr. Doolim is officially married now. He was the first guy I did like a full like week-long road trip with. He was actually like 10 to 12 days actually. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we drove. It was 2011. It was his last year, the summer that he graduated. And right after graduation, we were able to rent a car and drive to like Reno, up to Sacramento, Reno, Salt Lake City, Denver, New Mexico, Santa Fe, Phoenix, and Vegas, and home, LA.
So you and Asian homies?
Just the two of us.
Oh, just the two of you?
Yeah.
Damn.
We rented a Chevy Aveo, which we named Duo because two is also,
Isn't an Aveo like a really small car?
It's a really small shit car, yeah. And Dude would not let me drive fast in it because I think it's under his name. And when he was
I'm surprised he even let you drive.
Yeah, well, he had to, because he's sleeping, right? He can't drive the whole time. So while he was sleeping, I would just book it. And we'd wake up, I'd go back down to like 80. One time he woke up, he's like, what the fuck you doing? I'm like, there's a car. I had to speed up the PS it.
That's fun. That's an early core memory.
It is, yeah. It was
Friendship
really, it was
memory?
really good. We slept in the car for a lot of it. A couple times we stayed at my friends' places where we knew people.
Was that one of those road trips that you would that would make a good movie?
It could be, but
anything wild happen?
It's a string of silly stories, very Motorcycle Diaries-esque. I don't know if you've ever seen that movie, Che Guevara one. Not that we were formulating revolutionary ideas.
Trying to overthrow a government.
But it's very like,
FAO.
Yeah. But they were like small instances of like, the first stop we made was in Stockton actually. And it was before...
Such a weird spot to stop.
Yeah, we went to school there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but we were in Southern California, but we went to school in Stockton. And that first stop, we just got like dinner with the girl who would eventually become like a girl I had a 4-year relationship with right after.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And just by coincidence, we just hung out with her. And then we went to Reno, where I had my first real poker game at a casino, Fix Hold'em. I lost so much money on not a bad beat. I thought I had it was like I had a full house and someone had 4 of a kind.
Oh, shit.
And I went all in and they called and I was stupid. I didn't read him right, I guess. I don't know.
I would have done that, or that's something that I would have fallen for. Full House, how often does that happen?
Exactly, yeah.
My lucky day.
Yeah, exactly. It was the worst thing that could have happened to me.
Yeah.
False confidence, right?
That's wild.
That taught me a lesson in, I don't know, actually. But,
Yeah.
But,
It's not like you stopped gambling. I wanted to bring up the, on the last episode of this podcast with Guingo. Check it out. It's a great episode. But I wanted to talk to you guys about Vietnamese women's national soccer team going to the World Cup for the first time.
Yeah, but scoring 0 goals.
Scoring 0 goals because I gambled on that shit.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
I thought, I was like, hey, this is the first time Vietnam's ever gone to the World Cup. I'm very happy for them. I'm feeling a little bit of national pride, even though that's a flag that we're supposed to abhor. But
Yeah, supposed to abhor it, yeah.
I'm going to celebrate this in the most Vietnamamese way possible. I'm
Yeah.
gonna put some fucking money down. And I lost two straight games in a row where I put.
This is for them to score.
Yeah, the first one was a pretty stupid bet. I just thought that they could score on the U.S. women's team. I thought they could score 1 goal.
Yeah.
On the U.S. women's team, and it was like a pretty big payout for a $100 bet.
What was the payout?
Maybe like 300.
Jesus.
200 something.
300. Yeah, pretty much 3 to 1 odds here.
Yeah, it actually might have been more. Actually, 3 to 1 odds. I mean, the Vietnamese women's team versus the defending champs, U.S. women's soccer team.
Yeah.
And they got maybe like 2 attempts on goal.
2 attempts on goal.
2 or 3
Jesus
attempts on goal the entire 90-minute game. I was watching the game and screaming at the TV, but myself. Then the next game, I thought that they could.
Who are they playing the next game?
Portugal,
Okay.
who was also a debutante at the Women's World Cup.
Really?
So yeah.
Portugal, Philippines, Vietnam.
I think there were like 5 or 6.
Oh, very, very cool.
Yeah, because they expanded the number of teams.
That makes sense. It's kind of like when the best pitcher expanded to 10.
Right. So I thought.
That's gotta be the worst analogy. I made some really bad analogies on this podcast. That's gotta be the worst one.
It's kind of like when we upgraded to a minivan from a sedan when I was 6 years old.
Yeah,
More seats.
expanded chairs. Yeah,
I like that.
You know, my parents just sold my childhood minivan.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I don't know if they're watching this, but I had a lot of sex in that minivan.
Okay.
I shouldn't say that. I don't know if I want to cut that or not. No, leave it in.
Sure. It's up to me. So. I'm gonna raise the volume on that part. They still have a minivan? They don't need a minivan anymore.
They love minivan. They go camping a lot.
Oh.
Yeah. And they like the minivans.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah.
Just got off the phone with my mom. She went on something of a camping trip. It was more of a Buddhist retreat.
I've heard of those.
Where all you do is just sit and listen to teachings and then meditate.
That's nice.
I used to get dragged to those things.
You hate it?
Fucking hate it. Of course I hated them.
Would you hate it now?
Of course.
If there was an Americanized version of it.
No, I don't want to.
If they took all the events and then curated an American version of it, you wouldn't do it?
No, because first of all, I cannot sit cross-legged for more than 1 minute.
Do you think I can?
Of course not.
Who do you think can sit cross-legged longer?
I'm not even going to play that game.
I think we have to do that.
I'm not playing that game.
Come on!
No, it's really uncomfortable for me.
Okay.
And this is as somebody who, did Buddhist Scouts and, went to, did Taekwondo as a kid, so we had to sit cross-legged a lot.
I remember. I did that too.
I can't do that shit. My body just doesn't bend that way.
When I was younger, I could, and then somewhere I lost the ability. I think it might have been college. So I definitely can't now.
Oh yeah, our bodies are ruined.
That should be. Is that a good fitness goal?
To sit cross-legged? No, I think it's just your anatomy. You just can't your hips. My hips dig in.
Really?
Yeah.
You think it's all anatomy?
I think so.
I don't think I have that anatomy. I think I just got big. You might have a good reason. I do not have a good reason for not being able to do it.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah. I mean, look. It's uncomfortable for me to sit like this. I stretch my legs all the time. Have you watched the video?
Yeah, like why did we even choose these stools?
I like them. I like the vibe more than my own comfort.
The vibe is good, yeah, but I mean,
you're like this.
Nah.
You want to talk like this?
No.
It's pretty close. It's close. Okay.
But yeah, so I lost $200.
$200,
plus fees. Plus fees.
The big, you got like actually like $5, right?
I think it was that, and also like they only accepted credit card. And then also I think it was like an overseas company that was doing it because we're in California.
What the fuck, bro?
So there's like another 3% on top of that because I wasn't able to use my
the fucking fees, international fees, and the vig and the juice for the bet. What did you bet for just for them to score against Portugal?
For there to either be a tie or a win.
You idiot!
It's a huge payout. It's a huge payout.
For sports betting, if you're gonna gamble, I feel like a big payout's really scary. I go for like the low payouts but high probability.
Yeah, we're very different gamblers.
Yeah.
I'm like a YOLO gambler. Whatever I do, and I rarely do.
Yeah.
Only to feel patriotic will I ever gamble.
You feel patriotism for Vietnam as it is now?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not hung up on...
You know what was so weird?
Dumb white bullshit.
Well, what was weird is I grew up very much anti-current regime Vietnam. Always like told like the people are good, but they're suffering because the government's oppressive, right?
Sure.
And so
you can root for the athletes because they're
the people, right?
People, or are
they're
they
sanctioned
arm of the
by,
government?
Exactly, right. So I don't feel that towards anything that Vietnam puts out officially, business or anything like that. I don't feel, but I don't like actively hate them either. You know, it's just way more. It's too complicated of emotions. One time I was in the back seat. I was like 10 years old, and we had an older friend, family friend. He'll be like, he asked my brother and I, "Are you Vietnamese or are you American?" And my brother and I are like, "What? We're 9."
Is he?
That's what we are. and he
was he a
like,
Vietnamese himself?
Yes, he's Vietnamese American.
Okay, was he Ban Seo or Ban Chung?
That's a weird callback. I don't know if anyone. For those of you who don't remember, I was told after a show that the type of Vietnamese person I am was someone who eats Ban Seo but not Ban Chung during that,
which is so weird.
Yeah,
but also it was proven to be a pretty apt. Descriptor because I didn't even know what Banjung was.
Yeah, that's what you are. But I love Banjung. I don't even like Ban Seo that much. But that's anyway. So it's saying like you're seasonal Vietnamese or like it's actually the opposite of that if you think about it. But what you're saying, you're only sometimes Vietnamese when it's convenient and good for you. But when it's like legit, you're not. That's what she's implying. What was it? I was telling a story.
Yeah. Okay. So this guy asked you, "Are you Vietnamese or are you American?"
And we're like, we I don't know, whatever answer we gave was unsatisfactory because he's like, "Well, you guys are American. You're born here. You're American.
You don't get to be Vietnamese.
You're American first," is what he said. And my dad driving turns around and he goes, "Don't listen to John. You're Vietnamese first, always." And then he keeps driving.
Yeah, your dad is so fucking funny.
Yeah, and we're like, "Oh, okay, I guess we're Vietnamese first." That's what we are. Like, we're so young. The idea is not in our heads, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's such a strange thing, and that's why I also found it weird when I was young that Bill Clinton went to Vietnam. Do you remember this at all?
No.
It was either Bill Clinton or George Bush. One of those. I think it might have been Bush. One of the presidents went to Vietnam for the first time since the war ended. And it was this huge, I remember my dad showing me the newspaper. It was Bill Clinton in 2000, the first president to
Oh, in his lame duck phase.
I didn't look at the exact date.
If it was in 2000, then it was like
the end of his presidency. Before, yeah, the end of his, yeah.
It's probably, he was like, fuck it.
Let's get these bitches.
I heard good things about Saigon horrors.
That's a really good voice for Bill Clinton.
Thank you. I disagree.
It's good for what I assume zero practice.
Yeah, I did pull that out of my ass.
Yeah.
And I ended up saying Saigon horrors, which is I regret saying.
Hey, where are these Saigon horrors at?
Hey, Hillary. You want some Ban Seo or you want some Ban Chung?
What's banjo?
Oh God, is that Condoleezza Rice?
Why does that have to be Condoleezza Rice? Why can't we pick any other person?
I was either gonna say Condoleezza Rice or Marge Simpson. Get down,
If Marge Simpson was Vietnamese.
All right.
That's good.
What is that? Is that anything?
Is that cuttable?
Is that a story?
I think that's cuttable. I think it's incredibly cuttable, but we'll see.
I'm glad that we're practicing these before you actually try them on stage at the Guild Theater on September 2nd in Sacramento. Sacramento, capital city, we're coming to you. Tickets at evn.eventbrite.com. $3 off, which makes it $27, which is the price that we were going to put it at anyway.
$5 off if you use code Andy.
Ooh, $5 off if you use code Andy. Use code Fred, see what you get.
$3 off if you use code Fred.
$5.
I've been doing that every show. Hey, guess what? It hasn't affected sales at all.
Hey, I bring money. I help us make money.
That's true.
The fuck were we talking about? Oh yeah. So Bill Clinton, right?
Yeah, he
So
visited
your dad-
Vietnam, and then
First of all, I just did have this thought. For as long as we've heard you talk about your dad on this show, it seems to me like your dad only pops into your life to change it.
He
And then
intervenes.
establish a core memory that you will remember for the rest of your life.
Yeah,
And go like, whoa.
He only intervenes to make sure I'm on the path he thinks is right. But it doesn't always work. I get older and I have to make my own decisions, which is actually what he always complained about. He's like, you can never make your own decisions, but then I do, and I disagree with his. It's like, well, what do you want me to fucking do? He's always like, you're a babe. Oh, a child can do this. You're a child. This is something children do. The things that you're exhibiting are things that children exhibit.
Oh my God.
So, and it could be anything. It could be like moving furniture. It's like, wow, you move furniture like a child.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what grade do you give him on a negging scale? Is he like an all-timer negger?
Oh man, he's no. He's really good. He's really good, but I think they lack a little creativity. It's consistent. Like he has full marks for consistency, but maybe mid marks for creativity. I will say the reason why it's like a B- for creativity is because I don't think I've heard any other father speak to their child like he does. But he just kept doing the same thing. It just falls on deaf ears, right?
Wait. Elaborate on that a little bit more?
I don't think I've heard anyone else have a relationship with their father where their father just consistently calls them a child or a baby, but not swear. Like not like really. He got angry, but yeah, sometimes he would hit us, and at first I thought it was alcoholism, but then he like sobered up and it was still.
He only got stronger and more accurate.
Yeah. Him quitting alcohol was the worst thing that happened to me. But I've never heard those specific phrases they're so unique to him, but they're not. But
They're not inventive.
Yeah. But I think that they were effective. I felt really bad for a long period of time.
And now look at you, totally got your shit together.
Yeah, I got a podcast now.
Mm-hmm.
Except I'm balding. My father made me lose my hair.
Nobody would notice unless we explicitly pointed that out at the beginning of every single episode.
I mean, look at this. My mom was like, she's like, don't take finasteride. It's going to give you prostate cancer.
No, it's actually, my doctor told me this. It's useful in preventing prostate cancer.
Exactly. But I looked up, there's one study that said that even though it's more likely to prevent prostate cancer, like it's very effective. Originally, it was designed to do that. There might be a small chance that if you get a tumor on your prostate, it grows at a faster rate as a result of using finasteride. A small chance of that. That's what
I'll take those odds.
That's what this study says. Now, my mom also likes to send me random texts to warn me about things, and they're really, really, really funny.
That's nice that your mom will do that.
Yeah,
My mom only just texts me, "Gong ka xiao home."
That's good. It's the same vibe. It's the same vibe for sure.
And I'm like, I'm fine, thank you. I love you. I love you so much.
Yeah, but there's this one particular text I wanna bring up here.
Be sure to smash that 30-second skip button, because I'm not cutting this part out.
This is a random text message my mom sent me.
Okay.
There was a nurse in our ED whose daughter just died from car accident. Her head was severed by accident. She was texting and driving. Space. Everyone, please no texting and driving, please.
So she just sent you an urban legend?
No, she knows a nurse in the
Oh, in the ED. Sorry, I wasn't really paying attention.
Her head was severed by accident, as opposed to being severed on purpose.
Oh, God.
So bad. No texting and driving. So that was a lesson of that.
Fuck. My mom would tell me like crazy, like the early memories I have of my mom telling us stories would be always horrible things.
Yeah, it's always horrible. I had nightmares from the stuff my mom would tell me.
We were just like talking about Japan or something, and she'd be like, "Oh yeah, when the Japanese imperialized our country, a Vietnamese farmer, they killed his horse, and they opened the horse and made the farmer crawl inside the horse, and then they sewed the horse up." I was like, "Mom, I'm just trying to watch Digimon."
That's crazy, dude.
So fucked up. Yeah, like what drives somebody to go?
I think it might
Go right to the most horrible thing and then be like, yeah, my child should know this.
It might be crazy. But I think that, and I might be wrong here, and I'm just spitballing here, but it might be the right thing to do.
Go on.
Because I think that being desensitized a little bit to that is good. Because it'll help you like able to deal with like other forms of media that may be more intense.
No. It definitely wasn't about my mom being concerned.
No. They weren't intending to do that. My mom, absolutely not. All the stories I'm sure that you heard too about kids getting their organs kidnapped and their organs sold. Mm-hmm. Right, you heard the same stories, right?
I would hear just shit like that.
Yeah, just like constant. I was always worried. I knew where my liver was at a young age. You know, like he was like,
I still don't know where mine is.
I gotta protect it. If anyone kidnaps me, like
when you guys would go on vacation and walk in a big city, she's like, okay, remember, put your hand right.
My mom would be like, if you don't go to Vietnam, the Chinese will kidnap you and steal your kidneys.
Oh my God.
Even here, you get kidnapped. I was like, I must have asked once, why do kids get kidnapped? She's like, yeah, they're harvesting organs. Because you know what's crazy? That's somehow less sad than like sex trafficking.
Because sex trafficking is real and harvesting organs is a fucking fairy tale.
Yeah. So maybe my mom was protecting me.
From sex?
Yeah. Because sex is the ultimate sin. But harvesting organs is something that happens in this world.
Oh my God. Did you know that I worked for Falun Gong for like a year when I was living in Hanoi? Mm-hmm. And I'm so surprised that it's been 20 episodes of the show and we never really talked about my time in Hanoi. But here we go.
Okay, all right. Yes, you lived in Hanoi for a bit.
I did.
Wow, that's crazy. What happened there?
I had an online job and that was like totally paying my bills and that was fine. Uh-huh. But this girl that I was dating like sent me a job posting for an ad agency. And it was like an office. They just needed somebody part-time who spoke fluent English, who could like do so. It was like a cultural advisor or like a language advisor. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, I'm qualified for that. And it's not even about the money. It's just like, I just want to be in an office and make some new friends. And it seems like ad agency, young people, cool. And I show up there and they interview me and they offer me the job. And I'm like, yeah, I'll take it. If I only have to be in the office for like 2.5 days, a week.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, okay, cool. Have you ever heard of Falun Gong?
I don't know what that is.
And I'm like, I don't know what that is. And he opens up his laptop and he shows me, and it's a religious practitioner. I'm gonna skip ahead to the point where I realize that they're a cult.
Oh, it's a cult.
They're a cult.
Oh, well, Buddhist cult.
They have like similar teachings to Buddhism, but they have insane ideas. Falun Gong, if you look them up, Falungong, they own Epoch Media. You ever heard of the Epoch Times, EPOCH?
Yeah.
They're very pro-Trump, free newspaper.
Yeah.
They own that. They own a lot of shit.
Is it pronounced Epic or Epoch?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
But they run Shen Yun.
No!
They run Shen Yun. They put on that show.
The deep pockets. The deepest of pockets.
Shen Yun is absolutely propaganda for Falun Gong.
Wow.
And if you've ever gone to it, I haven't, but I've read like great write-ups. Gia Talento did a great write-up about her going to Shen Yun. But yeah, that show, it's supposed to be like Chinese culture dance before China. So it's hella anti-CCP.
Yeah. Which is enemy my enemy.
There's like all this dancing, and then in between there's fucking heavy ass like propaganda, just straight up propaganda. Like they beat the shit out of somebody on stage as like the CCP. It's bananas.
My family has seen it.
Okay.
They were like they didn't hone in on the like, you know how we interact with media, like we like go into what this signifies, what this symbolizes. My parents were like, yeah, it was kind of entertaining.
What made them go to Shen Yun?
The advertising, I'm pretty sure. Or someone got free tickets. Or someone got free tickets.
They have so much money.
Yeah, they got free tickets.
I have no idea about that.
If we had, do you think we can get them to sponsor Embarrass My Night?
We don't want to be affiliated with them. First of all, in China, they're considered top 5 most dangerous cults. But then, of course, they have mad beef with the Chinese government.
Of course! What are the chances of me infiltrating?
I infiltrated them.
Yeah, so you worked there for, and so this was in Hanoi.
Yeah. So I would show up, and like one of the things is like they ran the fucking America's Funniest Home Videos Facebook page.
What?
They were in charge of so much media. And pretty much what this company did, they were all young people, they were all cult people. So they all like dressed very conservatively, and they didn't drink or anything, and they all ate together, and it was pretty much like a commune almost. People spent over 10 hours a day in that office, together. But yeah, I was the admin of America's Funniest Home Videos Facebook page.
Wow.
US. So these kids would like use their rudimentary Final Cut Pro skills and make like a funny baby compilation. Just like pull from America's Funniest Home Videos database, babies crying or babies not liking their food. And they would do that.
Babies eating lemons.
And then I would have to like edit their captions because sometimes it would be like funny baby don't like eat, and I would be like, no, funny baby. This baby doesn't like.
You were an admin for America's Funniest Home Videos on Facebook, which is hundreds of thousands, not millions of followers.
Millions.
Wow.
And so they would like send those videos out, and in between they would cut.
You had real influence.
I accidentally made an event for my own comedy show on the America's Funniest Home Videos. No, I totally accidentally made like.
You selling tickets?
No. I realized it like 10 minutes afterwards, but I was like, oh shit, I just made the America's Funniest Home Videos event. Anyways.
Would you have got fired if you left it up?
I don't know. Let me finish.
Sorry. There's so many things about this that are incredible. Like, you can't blame me for like.
It's absolutely insane.
Yeah.
That I was allowed this.
Yeah, go ahead. Keep going. Sorry.
So they would make these videos, and then in between they had an agenda. Obviously, they own a whole fucking newspaper.
Yeah.
And they were so pro-Trump because Trump was anti-China.
Of course, yeah.
And their whole thing is like take down the Chinese government, any means necessary. So they would, with these funny baby videos, they would have ads. That would lead somehow to like pro-Trump Epic Times shit.
Yeah. So you were a propagator of Republican propaganda.
It wasn't Republican. It was anti-China.
Sure.
But yes, they were very pro-Trump.
You can call it what you can call it, Fred.
They were very pro-Trump.
Yeah. You propagated, you were a finger on the arm of the international media.
I'm going to be honest, didn't really do much work there. I showed up and did my other job.
You tried to sell some tickets to your show?
And then I would like I would work on my comedy shit.
Very, very, very interesting. That's really cool. I would love that job.
I remember watching like the NBA finals
on the clock.
Totally on the clock. Yeah, I just put it like in a smaller screen. Nobody. I was a consultant. That was my job, so I didn't really have a boss.
How much did they pay you? How long did you work there? Why did you quit? And on what terms?
I would just have to show up like 2.5 days a week, and usually show up on time for the free lunch, and then I would just watch basketball, work on my other job, and then that paid my rent.
Wow.
I would ride my bike up, so I got to like work out.
Yeah.
It was close enough that I could do that.
Yeah, everything was good except for...
It was pretty good except for the hole in my soul.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was good except you fucking might have...
Swayed a couple voters.
Yeah, you might have gotten Trump reelected. You're this close. If you had tried 10% more, Trump would still be in office right now.
that was a sick setup though that I had. I didn't respect the company at all. Yeah. Once I realized like what was going on, that cult believes in crazy ass shit.
Like what?
They believe that so it's like led by one insane person. Mm-hmm. But some of the things that they believe that there's like a physical wheel inside of your body.
A spiritual wheel.
That is like an actual wheel that judges your morality. They also believe that
a literal moral compass.
They also do like exercises that will fix qigong. That will fix any ailment. And I've had people straight up look me in the face and go like, I cured my own cancer. Mm-hmm. I had stomach cancer. I tried everything, and this was the only thing that helped me.
Cool. I mean, that's not as... For me, those stories, obviously crazy, right? But when you come from like an Asian household, it's like very adjacent to some things that your aunts and uncles believe.
Yeah, but this is like dangerous. They're like, you can fix cancer through motion exercises.
Yeah.
They also believe that all of the remember the human body exhibit that they had of like they would have nerves of a whole human. They were like, yeah, those are all Falun Gong harvested organs. The Chinese government harvested our organs for that
exhibit.
Yeah,
wait, it's an American exhibit, isn't it?
Yeah, but where do you think the Americans got those bodies? They were totally perpetuating the idea that the Chinese government was imprisoning Falun Gong practitioners and harvesting their organs.
The first part is probably true. The second part, I don't know.
I don't know either, but...
The Chinese government does imprison a lot of people.
True. I'm not... That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying falsely perpetuate that. Yeah. But they were heavy on that shit.
Yeah.
And,
yeah.
I don't know, man.
No, you figured it out. You had a great gig. Sounds like you know.
I did have a great gig until they realized I wasn't doing anything. They're like, okay, yeah.
They fired you?
Yeah.
What did they say exactly?
They fired me, but it was like after a year. I got away with that shit for a year. I just showed up and watched basketball.
How did they fire you?
And made my own.
What was the conversation like?
They were just like, oh yeah, we just don't think that there's anything more for you to do. I was like, yeah, cool.
Oh, it was a nice thing.
Yeah, I knew that shit was coming up.
Really?
Yeah, there were multiple days where I'd come in and not do anything, or maybe like fix like a couple captions.
I know, but like,
of course they're gonna notice like, hey, Fred hasn't really been doing a lot, and we're like kind of paying him a pretty good salary for Vietnam. They're paying me a pretty decent salary for what I was doing, even for like Vietnam. Yeah.
Pretty cool.
There's some really interesting stuff about them, about how they perpetuate their beliefs through these weird media outlets.
Yeah, they
America's funniest home videos, dude.
Such a smart move. I mean, like you have to marvel at the ingenuity of it. Like I would have never have thought of that.
Yeah, that is quite brilliant.
I mean, I understood on some basic level that Shen Yun was a propaganda play, right? Like, and the money comes from some, probably shady group that's trying to overthrow China. But also, like, I think that, especially in America, like any anti-Chinese thing, it's like we're not going to question it too much. Because we view, as Americans, China as an enemy. Or at least, at the very minimum, a rival.
But also, you have to consider how much of America doesn't even think about China at all.
Yeah, they're thinking with their pockets, right? And China is allowed to, like, manufacture all this shit to help American pockets.
I remember one one day they sent out an email blast saying,
Who?
You're no at work.
Oh, okay.
They said you're no longer allowed to have Xiaomi phones.
Oh, because they're
or
Chinese.
HTC.
Oh, wow.
Because they're not just because they're Chinese, but because they're spying on us.
Ah, yeah.
Like that's how paranoid
Yes.
that cult is. That they're like, oh, they're gonna take us down.
Yeah.
But maybe, I mean, they had real fucking people. Like NPR has a piece on it, like about the beef between Falun Gong and the Chinese Communist
Yeah,
Party.
I've read the Wikipedia article briefly about the not Falun Gong but like Shen Yun, and I was like, okay, I didn't really go deep into the sponsorship, but I was like, this is clearly shady and not. Actually, I was probably angrier not that they were sponsored by a cult, but I was angry that they had so much advertising for a play that wasn't good.
Yeah,
That really grinds my gears.
it's just like Cirque du Soleil doesn't have that kind of
Exactly.
advertising.
If Cirque du Soleil had half the budget that Shen Yun does, my kids would want to grow up to be acrobats. You know? And I don't even have kids yet.
And you can't even sit cross-legged.
Yeah, exactly. Suni Lee would be a pioneer truly. Like, she would inspire the children if Cirque du Soleil had the budget of Shen Yun. If only. But they are so shrewd with their marketing. I mean, it's really like, it's straight up.
It should be illegal how much they have.
But once they're controlling the fourth estate, right? Like, that's tough.
Controlling the fourth estate, what is it?
Yeah, just like the media and the press. Because what you're saying is the way they did it was part of it, at least, is like controlling the advertising that gets done with their viral videos. That's like journalism, right? The Epoch Times, like these media outlets.
Yeah.
So you can't really like put your fingers like you shouldn't be spreading this bullshit.
We did lose the America's Funniest Home Videos contract while I was there.
You actively participated in the demise of this propaganda machine. Actually, you should be proud of yourself.
I was removed as admin from the America's Funniest Home Videos page. It still fucking blows my mind that they were like, oh, Fred, can you send us your Facebook profile so we can add you as admin?
Oh my god, it was millions of followers. Wow, that's great. I'm sure. Wow, that's crazy, man. Wow, just the eyeballs on that thing, man.
The trust that they had on me. So yeah, if anybody needs a job in Hanoi, no, they're totally defunct now.
The offices?
Yeah, there was a lot of like, I remember there was a lot of like inter-office conspiracy. Like,
they're prone to conspiracies though, these people, right? Like these cult people.
I'm saying like people within the office were like trying to overthrow or like cause a mutiny and shit.
Within the office?
Yeah, I would hear things from like my other coworker who had to work there full time. Like, yeah, they just had like a fat meeting. They would always just like leave and go into meetings, and it would just be like me and like 4 of the other people who weren't Falun Gong in there, and we just like continue just working. I would just continue watching basketball.
What year was this? 2016?
It was the year that J.R. Smith
First year of
fucked
finals,
up.
yeah. And so
First game
LeBron
of
had the second you said J.R. Smith, I knew exactly what you were talking about.
So was that-
bro, that's crazy.
Was that 16? 17, because KD was there, right?
Because
Because they got swept.
Yeah. 16 was 3-1 where we lost, so it must be 17 that year. Yeah.
A wild time.
We could probably do better by starting a basketball podcast than we can do about a Vietnamese culture podcast. Like if we just talk about basketball, we could go on for hours. Vietnamese culture, I'm straining a little bit. That's so fucking funny and embarrassing. You know what, Dad? I'm sorry. I'm American first.
I really want to go to a Vietnamese Basketball Association game. Every time I was over there, I never got to catch one.
I'm gonna get you a Gunta catfish, some kind of merch. I'm gonna find it.
How are you going to get it? I wasn't able to get it.
I'm gonna find it. Or make one if I need to.
Gunta catfish. That's an amazing
mascot. Catfish tastes so good.
The Vietnamese Basketball Association is comprised of maybe like 8 teams.
Yes.
Launched in like 2016 or 2017. Brand new. And the premier team is the Saigon Heat. But they have teams in Da Nang Dragons, Nha Trang...
Da Nang Dolphins, maybe, right?
Nha Trang Dolphins.
Nha Trang Dolphins.
Da Nang Dragons, Gun Tho Catfish.
Saigon has 2 teams, isn't it?
Yeah, Ho Chi Minh City Wings and the Saigon Heat and the Hanoi Buffaloes.
I love the buffaloes. I love animals that are like region or cultural specific, right? Dragon is a general thing. There's different types of dragons, but buffalo, like the water buffalo, is very like Southeast Asian, right?
True.
I like the American bison. Big fan of the American bison. I want like
Canadian moose.
I love the moose. I think the moose is fucking sick. I love.
Yeah, the giant hooved animals are pretty great.
If you got hooves and you represent a region, you're one of my favorite animals.
What's one more? Camel?
Camel is good, region specific, desert. Yeah.
Mexico's got the burro. I can't do it.
I can't. Let me think. There's gotta be a couple more, like reindeer in like northern Europe.
Finland.
Yeah, reindeer is a good one. Like there's a mysticism to these animals, you know.
And then India's just got the straight up cow.
Yeah,
Just a regular cow.
just a regular. That's enough.
But they decorate them really nice.
I like the cow for different reasons
They
too.
make them look pretty. Yeah, it makes you almost not want to eat a hamburger anymore.
Yeah, I could definitely. I'm like right on the edge of going vegetarian.
Are you?
Yeah, all it takes is a girl to fall in love with me. And I'm like, I can switch.
Oh, that's something that you would do as a couple?
I would quit smoking. I would quit. I don't know if I would quit drinking for a girl, but I would quit meat for a girl. My brother's dating a vegetarian, and he's cut down his.
So why don't you date her? I don't know why I did that.
Whose voice are you calling? Like, who did you channel right there?
That was me. That was straight up. That was all here.
Is that Joe Biden?
Nope.
Joe Biden's a good Joe Biden,
That
man.
was friendly. So I work at this bar every once in a while.
Is it the hip hop bar?
They do hip hop nights, but for some reason, like the last 3 times I've filled in there, it's been like Jamaican dance hall.
Fuck yeah.
Like loud ass, like somebody's got the finger on the volume slider.
Yeah.
Bruh, bruh.
Yeah.
One time for Jamaica.
Really?
Yeah. Twerking,
Yeah.
all that. It's a party.
Yeah.
It's a great party.
It's hella fun.
I always have to ask at least twice, like, what'd you say? Whenever people order a drink. But it's fun. Yeah, and I just come in there for like 4
The
or
tips
6.
gotta be killer. Oh.
And then a lot of people going, make that strong.
Oh god. And you're like, yeah. Oh, for sure, bro.
I just do it.
What?
If they ask, I just do it.
What? So it works? Don't tell people that. Because it's gonna be so insufferable for other bartenders and even you in the future if people get the idea in any sense that you have control, which you do, but you don't want to be.
It's easier for me to just be like, sure, than to be like, no.
You don't have to say no. Say yes and not do it.
It doesn't matter to me. Like, dude,
Yeah.
somebody ordered 3 Casamigos shots, and I poured them out, and they were expensive, right? And I gave him the ticket, and he was like, "No, man, I want the well tequila. It was too expensive for him." So it's like, fuck, I already poured these shots, and they're already in their hands. I told my boss, I was like, "What do I do in this situation?" He's like, "Just pour them out and give them the cheap tequila."
Damn.
So I just dumped like $80 worth of tequila, and then gave them the cheap vodka. I had to take them from their hands too.
Damn. You put them aside and drink them as the night goes
They
on?
already sipped them.
What?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Well, because this guy, it was just one asshole who's like, I got us around, and then he like, I gave them to them, and then he gave them to his friends, and then he couldn't afford them. So I mean, what else do? I just dump that shit.
God, I would try to find a way to drink it myself. This is
But
so
so-
sad. Like I know we talked about a lot of things in this podcast. You know what I mean? Like
Primarily Vietnamese culture, and
Vietnamese
beyond.
culture and just how like it affects us, right? Like how like growing up like hating a certain entity even
Okay.
can like breed hatred in us and like the longer we prolong that hatred, the more it festers and that sadness we've talked about like our own personal problems with our parents, right? But somehow like the saddest thing I've heard so far is you throwing away
You dump 3 shots of Casamigos
Oh god.
right down the sink.
Oh god, why would you do that?
Because there was nothing else I could do.
I know you had no choice. It's not your fault.
I'm not trying to complain. I like picking up shifts there. It's just a fun way for me to kill 4 hours on a Sunday night or whatever.
Yeah.
It's a primarily black club, and these 2 Chinese people come in, and these are people like Chinese.
I love when people say, I love just saying that. I love when other people say that because I get it.
You can tell, right?
Yeah.
These 2 Chinese people come in, I'm like, oh, they're lost. But they stick around. The girl goes to the bathroom. The guy orders a drink, and then we're just talking. I'm like, okay, they're probably gonna leave once they realize that they're not in this place. They end up sticking around, and I'm like working, and every once in a while I see the girl. I'm like, oh, that girl's still here. Her guy is gone, and at the end of the night, she's still there. Like, what is this Chinese girl? She's fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
She's fucked up. She's by herself. She's wearing a pink tube top and a white mini skirt. She's like very, very out of place. And there were like some nice people there who were going like, girl, where do you know how you're gonna get home? She's like, she's Chinese as fuck.
Yeah.
Right? She's people are like, I don't think she speaks English.
Yeah.
I was like, just sit down at the thing. So we're like cleaning up. It's 2 a.m. We're all cleaning up, and she's there, and she's like sneaking drinks. She's being a little bit of a rascal.
Yeah, she's being Chinese as fuck.
I was like, who gave her that alcohol? I was like mad when I saw her like with the thing. So I was like, drink this water. I kept giving her like glasses of water. She's like, And I was like,
that's cute.
I thought that her boyfriend left her. So now this Chinese girl is like stuck, and who knows if if he left her at the bar.
Who knows if he's coming back or whatever happened.
Who knows if he's gonna let her in?
What kind of guy he is either.
Yeah. You don't know. I don't know if he's gonna like steal
we're
her
good guys.
Steal her organs?
Yeah.
The bouncers were like, yeah, I heard like boyfriend was like, oh, I'm gonna leave right now if you keep talking to that guy. And the girl's like, I'm gonna keep talking to this guy. And then the guy left. Like they were telling me that. I was like, whoa, okay. And she's fucked up. She's not speaking English. She's not speaking any English. And I'm like, I'm just gonna let her crash with me. And then so we take an Uber back to my place, and then we just hang out, and then she keeps like pinching my cheek. It's just like it's kind of just friendly. Like a cute hang.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, well we're just gonna go to sleep then. And we sleep, and then the next morning she totally speaks English.
Was it an accent?
She definitely has an accent. She's like Chinese.
Yeah.
But she totally speaks English.
Yeah. She's drunk.
And we were able to talk. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like the next. And then she was saying stuff like, I always thought you were cute from when I came in. And I was like, okay, so this isn't a kidnapping.
Yeah. Did you hold on to your liver?
This is cool. And then, no, I just was like, well, do you want me to take you back to your house? Or
someone's pretty cavalier with their organs.
Do you want...
Yeah. Are you even Vietnamese?
Trust was established.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys are hanging out, pinching cheeks. You want to take her back, but she says...
She's like, I just kind of want to hang out here and drink and listen to music. And I was like, you know what?
We can do that.
We can do that.
We can do that. We can absolutely do that. I love that.
So I just...
Anytime a girl says she's down to do that, I don't care where the fuck I am or who I'm with or what's happening, we're doing that.
You can be at the Sunset Vermont station.
Yes.
You'd be like, set up a blanket.
Yes.
Let's put on some
AirPods. I'm going to open Spotify that my friend pays for, and we're playing some music.
And then we just did that.
Wow.
And then we just kind of like cupcaked for a week.
A week? 5 days straight?
Yeah. I saw her like 2 days ago.
Is she still here?
I think she's filling back. Either filling back today.
You got her contact?
Tomorrow. Yeah.
You gonna see her again?
I think it's run its course.
Really?
Yeah, I think it was just a nice week that we got to spend together.
How
we went out to eat.
Friend, how perfectly diverting.
What do you mean?
It's a very beautiful story.
It was nice, yeah. That shit never happens to me. That's never something that's...
I don't think that happens to many people. To find like such a free Chinese pixie like that.
Chinese pixie.
Just to follow you, traipse around town with you.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
But it's like, I also couldn't see myself dating anybody who I can't really speak.
It did what it did. Right? It was what it was, and now it's over, and that's it.
Yeah.
It's really beautiful. That's a way better movie than my road trip at 2.
You guys in?
Well, it ran its course. Who is that guy?
That guy, I was telling her the next day, I was like, everybody thought that was your boyfriend. She's like, no, he's not my boyfriend. He's maybe he was jealous, but he was like a friend zoned guy.
Mm-hmm.
and maybe that's why he like left.
Yeah, that makes
abruptly. You said you got some random met some random girls in the Ralph's.
I did. Oh, that was nice.
How'd that go down?
Ralph's.
It's one of the most romantic supermarkets that you can.
A friend of mine was visiting from out of town, and we went to a couple bars, and we were like not striking out, but the bars were kind of like slow that night, Friday night, and we were just like, what's weird? We went to like 3 different bars. All 3 of them were busts. I felt kind of bad. I was like, usually I hang out at these places, and it's usually hella fun. So I think he was mad, but I was like, we can try to hang out and talk, but it wasn't happening. 1:30 rolls around. Bar, Mrs. Robinson's is the last bar I went to. Last call. I was like, look, why don't we do this? Let's go to Ralph's, hang out at the alcohol aisle, see if we can find an after party.
Are you serious?
At 1:30, yeah. Because it's like, at 1:30, people are buying alcohol for this last call, right?
I've never heard of this move.
I thought of it. I'd never heard of it. I'm sure it's existed before me, but I thought of it in that moment. He's like, that's a really fucking good idea. So we go to Ralph's, but the Ralph's we choose, the nearest one, closes at 1. And as we're pulling up, the lights were kind of like, it was kind of weird. We weren't sure. Sometimes you don't know that it's closed, right? So we got closer, and then someone walks out, and she's like, we're closed. Sorry, we're closed. And I looked at her, I was like, she's really pretty. So I went up to her, like,
a Ralph's employee?
Yeah. So I went up to her, I was like, I'm closed. Well, what are you doing right now? And she goes, I got to go back to my kid. And I was like, oh, sorry, you can go back to your kid tonight, but can get your Instagrams to hang out tomorrow? And she goes, all right, fine. And I was like, and if I DM you, will we hang out? And she goes, of course. And then so I got her Instagram. I said it kind of like, I didn't want to bother you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be like...
Okay, because the way that you're saying it now is kind of a put on.
The tone I said it in was, I don't want to bother you. Like, if you're married or if you have a boyfriend, I don't want to, like, impose on that, right? But I was like, if I DM you, like, it's cool, you know? He goes, of course. I was like, oh, shit. Like, I feel like I'm in. Based on her body language. She gives me her Instagram. I'm like, yo, did you hear that? He goes, yeah. What the fuck just happened? I'm like, I don't know. That felt good. We go to the taco truck right next door. Right on the street, the taco truck. And I'm like, that was fucking crazy. He goes, yeah, that was weird. And then these 2 girls were there. And one of them, it's like a white girl and a black girl. And they're both pretty good looking. They're both kind of tall. Like, they're like my height, maybe like an inch or 2 shorter, but they're pretty cute. And I'm like, hey, these girls are pretty cute too. And he's like, yeah, but whatever, let's just...
I'm kind of on a roll here.
Let's just get our tacos and leave is what he said.
Oh.
And then, so we're talking, and now we're all waiting on our tacos. And then for some reason, I forgot what I said. I don't know, I was kind of buzzed too. So I was like, not putting on a show, but I was being funny.
Sure.
You know, I don't know what happens, but 4 or 5 drinks in, I'm like the funniest guy alive. And my friend talks to this other random shorter black girl, and I get their Instagrams, he gets her Instagram, but he walks they're all part of one group apparently. We go back to the car, and they're like, well, there's no after party, but we might hang out tomorrow, like let's just make sure we all get each other's Instagram so we can like figure it out. So we were exchanging Instagrams, and then they drive off.
So modern.
Yeah, and then they leave, and I was like, what the fuck just happened? And he goes, I don't know, Doc, but this Ralph's parking lot is lit. Yeah. I was like, dude, this is crazy. And I kind of hit one of them up, but they're not from out of town, so like they're like, next time we'll hang out. And the other girl, she left me on red. We talked I was like, yo, I texted her, and I was like,
yeah, what's a good follow-up to the Ralph's thing?
I said, the employee, I was like, sorry I bothered you after you got out of work. Like, what should I do to make it up for you? Like, should be drinks or dinner?
Oh, wow.
And
That's bold.
Yeah, and she goes, both, LOL. And I was like, all right, let me know when you're free. And she hasn't responded.
Oh, that's one of those things that you got to propose a date.
Probably. But I wasn't, like, I was already happy to be there. And you know what I mean?
Hey.
Yeah.
I got a hit.
Yeah, it was like, wow,
I got a hit. Maybe got thrown at second base.
The riz in the moment was good. I'm not going to follow up. I'm like, if she's into it, she's into it. If she's not, she's not. You know what I mean?
That is one of those things, though. I mean, I'm not good at this in the moment either.
Yeah.
But I've learned that for something like that, you don't leave it open-ended for them. You go like, how about Thursday? How about Thursday, 8 o'clock?
Okay, that's good to know. Next time at Ralph's, I'll be sure to implement this
Well, now
strategy.
Yeah, make sure Ralph's Magnolia in NoHo, 1:30 a.m.
Yeah. It was, I mean, it was just silly, but it was just like, I can't believe that happened. I never get numbers or contacts or anything. I'm not really like that kind of guy. But I think the idea of the mentality of being like, let's hang out in the alcohol aisle at 1:30 and see what's up. Like, that was so funny. Like, I just like the playfulness of that. Like, that's so dumb, and like, who does that?
We're just on the cusp of it being, of us being too old for that shit. I think.
Probably, yeah.
As long as we keep wearing our baseball caps a little bit at an angle, though.
Yeah.
I think
I might go with some people, like younger dudes. Get some boys out. Let's get some hot boys out.
Texting Ray Loud, like, hey, what are you doing?
Oh my God, Ray Lau, who of course is going to be at Embarrassed by Night, September 2nd in Sacramento. He's going to be one of the featured comedians there.
Guild Theater, an evening celebrating Vietnamese culture, featuring some of the greatest AAPI comedians in the state.
And also don't forget, August 26th, 626 Laugh Market returns to 555. It's featuring a lineup of comedians you've seen on Just for Laughs, Comedy Central, and Conan O'Brien, yeah. Locally and nationally as well. We have an amazing lineup. We have some drink deals, $5 off with code Andy, $3 off with code Fred.
And best part about that show, we won't be performing. But we will be drinking.
We'll show up. We have to record. I have to light. There's producing to be done, for sure.
Thanks for joining us on this solo dolo episode of Embarrassed by Night, the podcast. We will see you in 2 weeks, and soon Sacramento, and even sooner Monterey Park.
Hey.
Bye.